You ever have that feeling you're sitting on a gold mine of really good ideas, but you just can't figure out how to connect them into one single, powerful plan that's actually going to win? Well, today we're going to break down how you move from just a scattered list of possibilities to a really focused, market-led strategy that gives you a genuine edge. Let's get into it.
I mean, this is the big question, right? It's the challenge pretty much everyone faces. You've got all these options for change, potential new projects, maybe some new directions you could go in. But look, a list of options isn't a strategy. It's just a menu. The real goal, the real art, is to forge them into something coherent, something powerful. So how on earth do we do that?
So what we're trying to build here is something called a strategic edge. And this isn't about just picking the best idea off the list. No, it's about architecting a plan that's unified, that's driven by what the market actually needs, and one that's built to last.
Okay, so here's the crucial point to remember. A real market-led strategy is a deliberate construction. It's forged, not just found. You have to take your best, most viable options and then combine them to create an advantage that can sustain itself and, most importantly, deliver real, tangible value to your customers.
But, before we can build anything, we have to inspect our materials, right? So, the very first step is to take every single one of your options for change and put them under the microscope. This is that crucial, objective phase where we separate the truly brilliant ideas from the ones that are just kind of good.
And this evaluation, it can't be based on a gut feeling. And it definitely can't be based on who had the loudest voice in the strategy meeting. It has to be a rigorous, really structured process. Every single idea gets tested against the exact same set of criteria to see if it truly has what it takes to be part of your future.
Think of this as a funnel with 5 critical filters, and every idea has to pass through them. So let's break them down. First up, competitiveness. Will this actually give you a real advantage, or are you just playing catch-up? Second, controllability. How much of this is really in your hands versus, being dependent on shifting markets or partners you can't predict? Third, compatibility. Does this idea even align with who you are as a company, with your values, your long-term vision? Then we have feasibility. Can you actually do it? Do you have the money, the people, the tech to make it happen? And finally, the impact of risk. What's the absolute worst-case scenario here? And is that a risk you're really truly willing to take? Only the ideas that prove themselves across all 5 of these move on.
All right, so once we have our short list of the strongest ideas, this is where the real magic starts to happen. We're moving away from just analyzing individual options to the creative act of synthesis. We're not just picking one winner here. We are combining the strongest contenders to create a kind of super strategy. And the process itself is pretty clear. First, you take that short list of options, the ones that survive that tough assessment. Then you start to forge them together. You're looking for synergy, that place where 1 + 1 = 3. For example, how can a new tech product, when combined with a brand new customer service model, create an experience that nobody else can match? It's that combination that builds a truly sustainable advantage, one that's really, really hard for competitors to copy. And this right here, this is the outcome. That carefully forged combination of your best ideas, that's it. That becomes your unique strategic edge. It's your custom-built plan for winning in your specific market. Now, it's really easy to get lost in all the internal planning and analysis, right? But we have to remember why we're doing any of this in the first place. The ultimate goal of any strategy isn't just to be clever on a whiteboard. It's to have a real impact in the real world.
And here it is. This is the North Star for this entire effort. Your brilliant, synergistic, sustainable strategy. It's worth absolutely nothing if your customers don't see it, feel it, and value it. And the key word here is perceived. It's not enough for you to think you've created value. The customer has to recognize it as valuable to them. That's everything.
Okay, so you've done the hard work, you've assessed your options, you've forged them together, you've focused your strategy on the customer. But a plan on paper is just that, paper. The final critical phase is turning that blueprint into reality, and that means you've got to get everyone on board.
So the path forward from here is pretty direct. First, you write up that final forward strategy in a way that's really clear and compelling. Then you present it to your stakeholders, your team, your board, your investors. And listen, this isn't just a report out, it's a discussion. It's designed to get the alignment and the approval you need to actually go out and execute the plan.
So there you have it. That's the blueprint for moving from a bunch of scattered ideas to a focused, powerful strategy. By assessing your options, forging them together, and always focusing on the value your customer perceives, that's how you build a true competitive advantage.
So the only question left is, what strategic edge are you going to build?